Hi, welcome to this training video on creating ND arrays in NumPy. One of the key features of NumPy is its n-dimensional array object, or ND array, which is a fast, flexible container for large datasets in Python. Arrays enable you to perform mathematical operations on whole blocks of data using similar syntax to the equivalent operations between scalar elements. The easiest way to create an array is to use the array function. This concept accepts any sequence like object, including other arrays, and produces a new numpy array containing the parsed data. The simplest way to create an array is to use a list or nested list. Let us begin with a list which is formed by a range of elements. Printing the list will display it in the same way. Now, create an array of size equal to the list created earlier by passing it inside the array function of numpy. Now, if I print this array using the print statement, the displayed result varies from that of the list. Here, the arrays are displayed like a list of elements without comma. Make a note of this, as it may be asked in the quiz type of interview questions. We can create a multidimensional arrays using a nested list of elements. For example, lists inside the list. And pass this into the array function. Again, let us see how print statement displays this array now. Once again, we got the same result, that is a multidimensional array elements without a comma. In order to know the dimension of the array we created, we can use n-dimension attribute. Say for example, dot n-dimension. We got the dimension as 1. For array 2, we got the dimension 2. To know the shape of the array, NumPy provides shape attribute. Let us see the shape of the array created. For example, let us create a 3-dimensional array using a nested list of dimension 3. List with multi-list. And then use inside the array function. If we look at the dimension using n-dimension attribute, we got that the dimension is 3, and the shape by using the shape attribute. It shows that the array is of size 3 with the shape 2 cross 2, or 3 arrays of shape 2 cross 2. First array, second array, and third array. These arrays are, that is, the individual arrays are called the lower dimension arrays. Similarly, we can create an array of any shape and dimension. Say for example, let us print the dimension and the shape. To know the type of the data we are using, we can use data type metadata object. Say for example, we have used integer type of data to create an array. So print Let's take array2.dtype. The result is octal in 32. And let us see the type used for the array1. Once again, it is octal integer 32. Suppose if we use mixed type of data to create arrays, numpy by default will cast the type to floating point integers. For example, if we create an array of mixed type values like and if we use this list to create an array like, notice that the entire array has been typecasted to the type float. Now if we check the array, we may get a typecasted data type. We can easily create an array of type zeros, ones, and also of type empty. Zeros function creates an array of zeros. If we pass a single value, it just creates a one-dimensional array of zeros. We can pass values to the shape parameter of zeros to create an array of special shape with zeros. Here, the shape is passed in tuple format. For example, pass a tuple as a shape inside the zeros function. For example, 3, 6. Ones function creates an array of ones. For example, here also we can pass a tuple to the shape parameter to create an array of specified shape with all values equal to 1. An empty creates an array without initializing its values to any specific value or a particular value. For example, sometimes, in some cases, it may return uninitialized garbage values. So, choose wisely while creating an array of null values. A range is an array value version of the built-in Python range function, which is used to create an array of fixed type with a range of values, optionally having the start, stop, and the step size. If we do not specify the step size, it returns evenly spaced values within a given interval. Say for example, let us pass the start and stop values for a range. For example, 10, 20. And let us pass the start, stop, and also the step size. Press Shift and then Tab to see the parameters. As I told earlier, it has start, stop, and step size, and optionally the type of the data. Let us create an identity type of 2D array with the numpy's I function. It has the n, that is the matrix size, and other parameters. It returns a 2D array with ones on the diagonal and zeros elsewhere. So let us create an identity matrix of size 5 cross 5. Thanks for watching this training video. I recommend you to continue learning with the series of training videos.